Hey guys, so I wanted to do more of something that would get me in front of the camera more often, and so I've decided that I'm going to start keeping track of the movies that I'm watching by doing movie reviews and so forth. And at the end of the year I'll see how many movies I was able to watch. And it'll be movies I have not watched ever before, so it's not going to be rewatches and stuff like that. That counts. I did get this idea from another YouTuber. I'll say this Hoot. I think that's her username. I'll put it down in the links below. And I found it interesting that she actually kept track of it last year, and she made a goal of how many movies she wanted to watch. So she had to watch a movie a day that she never watched before. And I think that's a little bit too much for me, so I'm not going to keep track. Like, I'm not going to make a goal like that. My goal is just to watch as many new movies as much as possible and see how far I can get. So today I shall begin by doing movie reviews on the first 4 movies that I have watched from this year. A movie that I've watched is Art of Getting By. I think it did come out late last year, and I got it, and I was kind of hoping that I would like it, but I was really disappointed in the movie. If you've not watched it, it's about a 18-year-old boy who decides he's, waste away his last year of high school by doing nothing to get himself graduated. So he decides it's a waste of time to do homework. It's a waste of time to get the extra credit. It's a waste of time even to go to school, though he does still go to school. And so it also comes down to the fact that it's all about him wasting his time at school and getting his chance with a girl. I really was disappointed in it because it felt like they were saying that it was okay that he wasted all that time as long as he got it through his head, It doesn't make up for the fact that he did that, though he did get it through his head. And also the main thing that really got to me, that really irritated me throughout the whole movie, was that it felt like he was acting like a spoiled little brat having a temper tantrum over the fact that he has to do all this homework, and I'm just going, oh my goodness. There's a lot of people who would have wanted to be in a situation he was able to go to this high, this fancy school that would actually put him in a position to go to a really good college. And so it was just like, oh my goodness, he's such a spoiled little brat. And I don't know, I didn't like the fact that it focused a lot on his relationship with this girl, and I felt like it should have been a bit more of, and I thought the girl was going to help him, be smart and actually do his homework, but it wasn't anything like that. And so I was really disappointed, really irritated with this movie. And the fact why I'm so disappointed was that it was something new for me. I don't really go to these what I would say offbeat kind of movies, I guess. And so I was really disappointed that I wasted my money on something like that. So yeah. The second movie that I've watched is Mr. Popper's Penguins, which is, again, a movie from last year. I think came out a couple months ago. And I really, really loved this movie. I thought it was completely adorable, funny, heartwarming, everything that I was really wanting to see in this movie. And it's about a businessman who inherits 6 penguins, and he has to take care of them. And in the end, the penguins teach him how to love, pretty much, and to show it, and to have fun, and not to think so much on pushing forward in his career. And they also help him to get over some bitterness over what happened with him and his father. So I really liked it. I left very satisfied with this movie. I think it's very hard when it comes to comedy and a storyline. Sometimes there's a comedy that's just supposed to be all comedy and they don't take the storyline too seriously, and it's not meant to be like that. But in this movie, especially in these kind of movies, you're supposed to, get something out of the story, even though there's comedy in it. And so sometimes I feel like they put so much effort on the comedy that they forget about the storyline, the meaning that they're trying to push out there, you know. And so I felt like they did really well in pushing out what they were trying to tell people through this movie, which is to have fun, to learn to show your love to the people that you do love, not to take life too seriously, and just to have fun. And I think I did say that. So yeah, I really liked it. I recommend it 100% to anybody who likes comedy, a heartwarming story, and animals. The third movie that I watched is Larry Crowne, which is about a middle-aged man whose name is Larry Crowne, and he gets laid off by this retail giant run by complete jackasses, excuse my language, but they were, and he decides, after thinking through and stressing out about what he's going to do with his home, who has a mortgage, I think, on it, and excuse me, all that, and he decides, after going through all this struggle, that he's going to go back to college. Everybody keeps yapping in, you need to go back to college, you need to go back to college, and so he does. And going back to college, he gets a new perspective on life. He gets some new friends. He even has a bit of a romance. And I liked the movie. I think they could have done better in portraying what it's like for somebody at that age to have to go back to school, having to restart their career, having to pretty much start over with everything. And I felt like they didn't do it too well, you know. It's not as glamorous as they make it out to have to start over, and I don't feel like they portrayed how he must have felt that well. I did like it. I think they did okay with it. The main overall, it's a good movie just to watch maybe once or twice, and that's pretty much it, you know. But the one thing that really bothered me was that they got together. She might be separated from her husband, but she's not divorced, and they get together, and I'm just like, she's still cheating on her husband because she's not divorced, and that to me is the strong point. That's what put it down for me. It just kind of destroyed the ending for me, because that's just not appropriate. In my eyes, it's not appropriate to be with another man when you're still going through a divorce, pretty much. And so, yeah, that's my opinion on that. The fourth and last movie is Columbiana, which is about a young woman who as a child sees her family get killed by the Bogota gang, and she decides she's going to learn to be an assassin so she can exact revenge on this gang who did this to her family. I did find it very conflicting because I felt like she was being a hypocrite. She was doing the exact same thing that they did to her, but at the same time I understood why she was doing it. I get it. I get that she was angry and that she wanted them to feel what she felt, but at the same time, she's being a hypocrite, you know. They might have families too, you know, they might have kids at home, you know, things like that. And so I was just like going back and forth on that. Excuse me. But I did like how they formed the story, how they showed it to you, the filmography, the special effects, and all that stuff. I really liked that. So it still gets I still really like the movie, even though I have some conflicts with it. So, guys, I will put my rating in the bar below. How I do the rating is that 1 star is I disliked it very much. It was a really bad movie. If it's 5 stars, it means I really, really liked it. And the 3 star is I liked it, but not too well. It's kind of like how Netflix does it. So if you're familiar with Netflix, you'll understand my rating because of how they do it. And yeah, I hope you liked it. If you've watched these movies before, tell me what you thought of them. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.